Buenas, buenas. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Oh, I first want to say thank you a todos. You guys are literally the best people in the whole wide world. I love the feedback. I love everybody's watching it. Everyone's listening to it. You know, all of them. Me mandan fotos of them in the car. It just makes me want to start crying. But I already cried for 2 days, so no crying right now. No, pero sí, muchos thank yous. Muchos thank yous to everybody. So, I was looking at the stats again. So, Germany's still up there. But in the US of A, there's 18 states out of 50 that are listening to me right now. That is insane. So of course we have good old Colorado, we have Kansas, we have California, Wisconsin, Texas, New Mexico, Indiana, Missouri, Florida, Minnesota, Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia, Alabama, New York, Louisiana, the state that starts with Mass, I cannot pronounce it, and I'm not gonna say it right now. And then North Carolina. Oh, how exciting, dude! Like, that's freaking so insane to me. I mean, the rest of my stats are like, like most of them are like females, and where are all the males at? I know y'all like to be chismosos as well, so y'all need to be listening to me as well. But today, on today's episode, we're going to talk about, well, of course, since I told you guys I am a hairstylist, we're going to talk about all things hair. I mean, we do have some good stories and chismes, so the boys, do not leave yet. You will enjoy this episode. I should just say that. But yeah, anyways, well, let's just jump right in. So, working for a corporate salon, it has its ups and downs. I do have a lot of juicy chisme from corporate salons, because those people will, I mean, you literally meet everybody. Like, everybody just goes in for a walk-in, this and that. Y mucha gente no le importa, and they'll just tell you their life story. I heard so many stories that I was like, I think you need to see a therapist, or please do not tell me this. I do not want to be arrested for an accessory to something. It was so crazy. But yes. Well, anyways, so yeah, I mean, working for a corporate salon is so, I mean, my advice on that is, if you're going to if that's not your life goal to work for a corporate salon, don't start at a corporate salon. If you want to be a badass bitch and work at a high-end salon and make thousands of dollars in money, do not start in a corporate salon. Trust me, because it's going to take you back so many years, and then by the time you like even have experience and try to go into that, it's going to be so much harder, because you should have just started from there in the beginning. So, I mean, if you want to go work at a Great Clips or a Cuss Cutters or a Supercuts for the rest of your career, then yes, ahí vete primero. And if not, then go somewhere else, because you're going to thank me if at the end of the day, because I wish I would have done that. I only went to a corporate salon because I was thinking as a safe choice, because I was scared of taking clients. And I know I shouldn't have been. I should have just went to apply for the high-end salon, became an assistant, done what I had to do, and then become a stylist, because I feel like I'm 6 years in and I felt like I should be further in my career when I'm not, and it is one of my biggest regrets. But you live and you learn. But also, I feel like the industry now is it's changed so drastically in the last 6 years that it's crazy how what I started doing and now is like completely different. Like, the way I learned how to do balayages, people don't do balayages like that anymore. And it's only been 6 years. But the trends change. I feel like trends change every 6 months. Hay una cosa nueva. Literally. But I guess we'll start with some story times. Ooh. Well, I think one of my worst clients, honestly, that I feel like intentionally she wasn't trying to be a bitch, but I don't think she just didn't understand the process of getting your hair done, I would say. So she went in. she showed me a picture. She wanted like this emerald green, this like Christmas green, forest green, whatever color. And I was like, okay, cool. She had virgin hair, which was even better. I was like, perfect. I did inform her that we were going to have to bleach it before we even got to the green. And she, right then and there, that's going to say, she got scared. And I was like, red flag. I was like, okay, like, how else are you going to get green hair if you don't bleach it? But that's not the point of the story. So I was like, okay. And then she's like, it's because I don't want the bleach to be on my hair longer than 20 minutes because I don't want it to fry off and fall off. And in my head, I'm like, that's not how that kind of works. But okay, cool. So I'm sitting there explaining to her literally step by step on what's going to happen. I try to make her as comfortable as possible. Le digo this, and that. And she's like, okay. She seemed fine. I used 20 volume, very normal volume you would use. She had really short hair and not a lot of it también. So that's why I just started with 20 instead of normally I would have started with 10. But we're trying to get her to that emerald green. Well, anyways, so while I'm doing her hair, we're just talking, we're chit-chatting. Let's make her feel more comfortable. Well, I start telling her my adventures of when I dye my hair by myself, as in just me being a dumbass, not me with the client. But I think that's what scared her, because I was like, oh yeah, my hair like lifts out of nowhere and then it just stays orange and then I have to bleach it again to get it to be blonde. She freaks out and I'm like, why are you freaking out? I'm telling you about my hair. I'm like, we have 2 different types of hair. Your hair is nothing compared to mine. Like, I'm like, bro, it's okay. So whatever, the back, so I'm done with the back. I started with the sides. By the time I'm done with the sides, the back's already lifted beautifully. So I go tell her, I'm like, okay, we're going to go wash the back because it's ready. And then we'll wait for the sides. She's like, well, why don't you just wash all of it? And I'm like, because the sides are not ready. I literally just applied the bleach. She's like, but the bleach has been in my hair for this long and blah, blah. She's like, I've been timing you to make sure you don't go over the 20 minutes. And I'm just sitting there like, this psycho, dude. This freaking psycho. I'm like, who does that? Red freaking flag, I swear. I was like, well, if we wash out the front, it's not even light enough. It's not going to look good. And your hair's going to look like ugly. She's like, I don't care. I just need you to wash it out because you've passed the 20 minutes. And in my head, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, you agreed to this. I had my manager there, my coworkers, everybody was listening to her because she was being loud and obnoxious about this. I was like, okay, whatever. Ya que. Oh, and then before the appointment, I did quote her cuánto iba a ser, and then she did sign it. So that's a point of the story. Anyway, so fast forward, I wash it, blow drying it. The back is like blonde. The front is like maybe like an orange, like we're in the process of almost being blonde. And then she's like, well, is the front even gonna be green? I was like, unfortunately, it's not gonna be as bright as the back. You did have me, wash it out and blah blah blah. And then she starts getting mad at me. Why did you wash it out then? I'm like, bro, you just told me to wash out your hair. I swear that day I was going to quit hair forever. So I was like, okay, whatever. Así se quedó. So she's kind of like, okay. So I put the green. The green usually processes for about 30-35 minutes. Depending on the color line, of course. And I just let her sit there for the 35 minutes, hoping to the hair gods it would do something to the front, even though I know it wasn't going to. But I just had some hope. So I was like, okay, así se quedó. And I was like, okay, y así se quedó. Anyways, so then we, I don't think she wanted a haircut, but I blow dried her, whatever. I think I like curled it or something, try to make it look somewhat decent, because I'm telling you guys, like the back was this pretty green and the front just looked like murky water. It was disgusting, but I'm like, pues tú no me dejaste, let me do what I had to do. Whatever. She's sitting there, she starts freaking out why her hair doesn't look even, and I'm literally explaining to her for like the 10,000th time of why her hair, it does not look like the picture. She still doesn't listen. Everybody around me is like looking at me like, and I'm looking at everybody like, dude. But so whatever, así se quedó. I think she only paid like $130 for like this double process. This was also like a while back. And this is when I was at a corporate salon. So that's why the price was super cheap. Anyway, so fast forward to the next day, my manager's like, guess what? I'm like, okay, wait. She called to complain. She sent a lengthy paragraph on why I should be fired. Like in White Chick, she's like, I'm going to write a letter. Literally, dude, así estaba. This letter very verbally explained how she felt uncomfortable because the price was too much. She complained about how her green didn't match. She complained that I left the bleach on too long. Like, literally everything that happened, she explained it, but very, very detailed. Like, the whole 2 hours she was there, she like wrote it in a whole essay. Like, baby girl, maybe you should go be a writer. Pero así se quedó. Well, then my manager's like, dude, I got your back. No worries. Like, you did what you did. So, luego le mandan mensaje like, hey, so you didn't let her do the service the way she was supposed to. She is the one that charges a little more than the rest of our stylists. You did ask to be with one that does vivids. Like pretty much telling her like, this is your fault why your hair looks like that. So I don't know what you want to complain about. But I feel like it was more her complaining about the price. Because in the letter, she kept complaining about, oh, the price is too much. The price is too much. The price is too much. More than she was complaining about the color. So I was like, well, if the price was too much, why did you even go through with the service, So I was like, okay, whatever. She messages back and just was like, okay, whatever. She pretty much was like, whatever. Like, she didn't want to argue about it anymore. I was like, okay. Fast forward to a week later, this girl, I saw her at Target. She works at Target. I was about to call her manager and complain and be like, oh. But I was like, Columba, let's not be petty. But I so wanted to call her manager and just be like, complain too, because I'm like, you're gonna sit here, complain to my manager, have her pretty much want to call corporate on me and like get me fired because you thought the price was too much and you didn't let me do the service the way it was supposed to be done. Like, bro, if you would have just sat there an extra 15 minutes with the bleach on the sides, just like how the back was, you would have this pretty green hair. But no me dejaste. I swear. The patience I have for some of these people, en serio, that I'm like, are you serious? Another story. This is a reason why I literally do not take children, because they cry. And I don't know what it is. I hate children. I hate crying children. I just hate any little human that needs a big human. No. If you depend on somebody, no me hables. But so my first day, I had just gone out of beauty school like a month before. And beauty school, you don't cut kids' hair. You don't cut guys' hair because they focus on women's. And it's a school, you do get like walk-ins and stuff. But, mostly a guy rather go to a barber. Or people rather take their kids to someone that's good with kids, right? You would assume. So nunca aprendes así. So fast forward to my first day. I hated this manager. Oh, I couldn't stand her. I'm so glad she ended up leaving, or else she would have been another reason why I wouldn't have continued doing hair. She was very micromanagey. She wanted everything done her way. She wanted you to like triple, double, quadruple book yourself just so she would, because it was based on numbers. So the more numbers we had, the better it would be for her, and then she would get a bonus. I'm like, you're gonna overwork me so you can have more money? No. I'm like, ma'am, I don't even know what I'm doing. So if I mess up, you're going to actually lose more money. But I was like, I guess that's not the point of the story. So I was like, whatever. So my first day, I'm doing paperwork. She comes to the back. I need you to take this haircut. And I'm like, I don't even have my stuff. She's like, I'll let you borrow my stuff. I'm like, I'm left-handed. So if nothing's left-handed, I can't use it. She's like, oh, no, it's a kid's cut. You just need to use your clippers. What? I was like, okay. So they sit the kids. The kid wasn't screaming at first. The kid's just sitting there vibing. Y luego, as soon as I grabbed the clippers, instant tears, crying, screaming, bloody murder. Like if I would have just stabbed this kid in the leg and told him Santa isn't real, literally, así me estaba llorando el niño. I was just like, this is going to be great. And ever since then, I've hated taking kids cuts. And the sucky part of working for corporate salons at sea is like, they kind of make you do it. So anytime I would have a kids cut, I would literally want to cry. And I would be done with my kids cut and I would go to the back and cry. Literally, I hated it so much. Because I don't know what it is. Well, when kids freak out and cry, it makes me want to cry and freak out porque like me da ansias. Like it gives me anxiety just hearing them freaking scream over nothing. So I'm just like, yeah, let's not do this ever again. I know. But yes, this manager, thank God. So I started in February. She left in May. that was enough time for me to be like, okay, if you're not leaving soon with your sugar daddy. Oh yeah, she had a sugar daddy. She met this guy. He was white. I don't know what's up with. Oh, and then my manager was like Korean. I don't know what's up with white men and their weird fetish with Korean women, but it's so weird to me. I'm like, okay, this man, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure they're about the same age, but you know how like Asian women don't really age. So I mean, she looked young, even though she wasn't. But so he was practically like her sugar daddy. Like he told her like, you don't have to ever work again. Like I got you. She's like, no, I want to work, ma'am. You don't have to work a day in your life ever again, and you want to work. It's always the good ones that we have to suffer. Yo acá, I'm like, salon, manténgame. I'm over it. Yo te hago lonche. I don't even care anymore. I will stay home and take care of the house. No kids though, todavía no. But I'm tired of working. O si alguien me quiere mandar some money so I can take more days off, that'd be great. My cash app is, oh yes. No, pero yeah. And then so she ended up finally leaving to, I don't know, like Firestone or Denver. I don't know, por allá. And then after that, we got a new manager and I was like, okay, cool. But honestly, like, I give props to the hairstylists that do it. They're like, oh yeah, I've been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years. I'm like, how do you do it for so long? Like me, I've only been doing this for 6 years and I'm like, I give myself about 10 more years before I'm like, all right, what else am I going to do with my life? Because being behind the chair for that long, you must be psycho or something, because I don't know what you're talking about there. And don't get me started when COVID hit, because that's when I wanted to stab everybody. I was ready to go to jail. I did not care one freak about nobody's hair, because everybody was such an asshole because they thought they were so entitled to a haircut. I just hated it so much because, yes, I get it. You didn't get a haircut for 2.5 months. I didn't get to work for 2.5 months. You probably did. I'm broke as shit because I don't know how to manage my money, and you're going to cry because your hair is too long? Like, are you freaking serious right now? You're going to cry because we're busy? Yeah, dude, COVID literally brought out the worst in people. That's how you knew whose true colors came out. And I'm like, thanks COVID for weaving out the fakes. Because I'm like, dude, like, it's just a haircut. Calm down. When before COVID, used to be like, all you do is play with hair and you're not important. Oh, pero ya cuando no estamos ahí, now we're important. That's what I thought. But yes. I know. Well, before we get to the other stuff, we're going to take a short little pause and then we'll be right back. We're back. Ooh, you could tell I'm a little more true from my I just needed a quick breakaroo from talking. I feel like I hate my own voice, but thank you to everybody that listens to my voice. You guys are the best. Love you. Kisses. Anyways, so how about some unpopular opinions as a hairstylist? Because I feel like there's so many things out there that I'm like, it's not that serious. Like, calm down. First of all, okay, yes, I'm a hairstylist, and yes, shampoo for Momar is the devil. But if you don't have a high maintenance color, all you do is put a black all over your hair, and you just want your hair to feel good, yes, there is some hair shampoo that you may use from like drugstore shampoo. Because if you're gonna be a level 10 blonde bombshell with baby lights every 4 weeks, long beautiful 24-inch extensions, yeah, don't go to Target and buy your shampoo. But if you're gonna dye your hair all over black, all over brown, maybe, I mean, not even red, but like algo where you're like, you know what, dude, I'm done, I just need a good shampoo, then yes. Not all the shampoo. You have to be very, 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 very careful on what you buy también. Please don't use Monet or Monat or whatever that is. It literally, they're getting sued because of people's hair is falling out. And you're going to sit here and tell me like, oh my God, this is the best shampoo ever. No, it's not. Baby girl, I don't care how much the company's paying you. That shampoo is trash. And I know you're not using it on yourself. So how much are you getting paid to announce this? Because literally, you guys can Google it, I swear. Google it. They're getting sued right now. And then there's a couple other brands that are getting sued, that have gotten sued. Tresemme got sued. That, I don't know what brand it is, but it's like their little shampoo looks like a willow. It's like a colorful shampoo. Y luego la tapadera is gold. Yes, that one. They got sued to Pantene is horrible. Please don't use Pantene. It leaves like a film on your hair. Trust me. Tresemme is really, oh no, I already said Tresemme. Herbal essences, their pH level is like so I mean pretty much don't use them, but if you have to, Christine, she has really pretty aesthetically pleasing bottles. That one's good. Maui, I mean it's not the worst, but it's a little better. Love and Planet, it's a little better. I honestly, I don't buy a drugstore shampoo, so I have no idea what's out there. But I mean, if you're gonna go that route, I mean, I get it. You don't want to spend $40 on a bottle of shampoo. Trust me, I don't even spend $40 on a bottle of shampoo. But I do use good shampoo because I need to, because how am I gonna have gross hair? Also, I know at like Walmart's, King Supers, and Targets, see venden salon grade shampoo, but they're not like, they're covered with the key, but I can, so you can't see them. That is diluted shampoo. Those, if it's let me say it this way. If it's accessible to the public, it is not a professional product, because how would that be considered a professional product if anybody can go buy it, So what those companies do is let's just say Matrix. Matrix, please don't sue me. I love you. Let's just say Matrix is running out of their shampoo, and they want to clean their like machine or whatever. So they'll like dilute it or whatever with like water, and then they have extra bottles. So they put it in the bottle and then still sell it to the consumer, because honestly, the consumers, we're all dumb. I'm not gonna lie. There's people out there that will tell us X, Y, and Z, and we're gonna believe X, Y, and Z, because we know better, when A, B, and C is way 10 times better. You know what I mean? So they'll do that and just sell it and put it in a Walmart and be like, oh, here, I'm going to upcharge it for $40. And what you're going to do? You're going to buy it. Because why? Because you think it's better, because it's the brand. But if you can easily access it that easily, it's not high end. It's not professional. It's not good. So if anything, hit up your stylist, hit up like a legit hair salon, and just like do something you're supposed to. Like, do something you're supposed to. Buy something you're supposed to buy. Sorry, me estaba trabando. But yes, so if you need any recommendations on drugstore shampoos, you can message me and I will guide you the best way. But if you do want to spend money on good shampoo, también message me and I will tell you. I should have wrote this stuff down, but I was like, you know what? They can just message me. They already know my favorites are Joico, Redken, and so far I've been using Pureology, and not too bad. I might go back to my Joico, because me and Joico are two peas in a pod. Joico, if you're listening to this, please sponsor me. Thank you. Love you. Another unpopular opinion is, I feel like, don't get upset because someone can't afford your prices. Don't lower your prices to satisfy the person. I get a lot of people that are like, oh, well, how much is this? So you tell them that, that's a lot. And I'm like, okay. Or they'll be like, oh, well, how much is this? And they're like, oh, well, I can't afford that. And then I get put in that situation. It's like, okay, either I charge $50 less and keep a client, or I stay at my prices and someone will come and pay that willingly and then still tip me way on top of that. So do you see, like, you shouldn't adjust yourself to them. They need to adjust to you, which comes up to my other point of why you should work. If you're going to work a set of hours, work your set of hours and don't overwork yourself. And I say this because I do this. I don't work Sundays and Mondays, but I know that if one of my clients like, hey, I can only work Sundays, I'll be like, okay, I'll work. Or, hey, I can only come in at 9 p.m. at night because my kids are asleep and my husband's a piece of shit. Okay, I work at 9 p.m. Let me go do this. Like, oh, I can only come in at 6 a.m. because I don't know. Like, I'll be like, okay, I would. And then at the end of the day, I'm complaining. I'm tired. I don't want to do hair anymore, like the rest of the day, because I already worked so hard the beginning or the end of the day. And it's just this like rolling thing of like, I feel like at the end of the day, you're only hurting yourself. And clients should understand this. Yes, I get it. Some people will work with you. I mean, I don't mind staying an extra 1 or 2 hours before work or coming in an hour early. That is doable. But when you're getting to the point where your stylist has to completely change their whole schedule for you, and then you're gonna tip them or not even tip them or be late or like do the most obnoxious things ever, it's like, okay, wait, this person just came. I have a story time about that. Like, this person just spent their whole day figuring out how they were gonna work around you, y luego you just do this. That reminds me. Recently, so this was maybe like 3 months ago. This lady's like, hey, I really need you to do my hair. Sundays are my day off. Can you do it on Sundays? And I was like, unfortunately, I can't. Literally, Sundays are my only days off. Because I was still working pretty much Monday through Saturday, even though I was only supposed to be working Tuesday through Saturday. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, that's literally my only day off. Is there anything else that works for you? No, like, I'll stay late on a Wednesday. Like, like, I was like, no, I want my Sundays off. She's like, no, es que es el único día que puedo, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, Columba, I guess, right? Whatever. I was like, you know what? Let me help my people. I got you. It's always your people that fuck you up at the end of the day. But I'll get to that point. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And I told her, well, if we're going to do it Sunday, I want to do it at like 7 a.m. so we could get it over with. But I didn't say it like that. I kind of was like, okay, pues lo vamos a hacer a las 7 de la mañana. And then así ya tenemos el resto del día para disfrutarlo. Kind of like sugarcoating it a little. So and she's like, okay, cool. I wake up at like 5 a.m. on a Sunday. I get to work at like 6:15, 6:30 because I was like, whatever. I always like to get there a little before to like adjust to my day. Y luego 6:45 chilling, no dice nada. I'm like, okay, cool. Not everybody likes to be early. 6:50, she still doesn't show up. Cool. It's 7. I'm like, okay, todavía nada. 7:10. I'm like, we'll give her some wiggle room. 7:15. I'm like, okay, bitch. It's 7:30. I text her and I'm like, dude, like, it's already 7:30. You're past the 30-minute mark. Like, I already came on my day off. I told her all this very professionally. Don't worry, I'm not going to be a bitch about it. But I told her very, 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 very nicely that I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, I came on my day off and you're not going to be here? And then she's all like, es que apenas voy. What do you mean apenas vienes? It's 7:30 and you're barely coming when your appointment was at 7 and I had never mind, I was going to use a big word, but I can't even pronounce it. I told her the day before and 2 days before that her appointment was at 7 a.m. She said that was fine. I was like, okay, cool. Así se quedó. So then I was like, okay, ahí me quedé. 7:45, she's still not there. So I'm like, okay, like, hey, I was like, are you coming or not? I was like, because it's already 45 minutes and I don't want to wait any longer. She's like, yeah, I'll be right there. I'm coming for Collins. Bro, I still stay there until 8 because I did like laundry. I cleaned up the salon or whatever. It's 8 o'clock and she's still not there, dude. I turn off the lights. I close the door. I put my stuff away. It's 7:15. Well, at this point, I'm about to get in my car. She's like, oh, I'm here. I mean, it's 8:15. Sorry, guys. It's 8:15. And she's like, I'm here. I was like, lady, I just told you no. Like, and then I was like, oh, I knew this lady was lying. I knew it because I used to park in the back. So and then like the way to the front, I could just walk to the front without walking around, right? Like walking around the building. So I walk around the building para que no me vea, just in case if she really is there. There's no freaking cars. I'm like, this lady's freaking lying to me. I'm like, lady, it's been almost over. No, it's literally been an hour and you're not here. For Collins is not that far. Like, ¿dónde andas? And why are you lying to me? I was like, okay, whatever. And I just told her, I was like, dude, pues, of course, no la vi. So I told her, I was like, hey, unfortunately, like, honestly, like, dude, I'm not doing this anymore. I was like, it's been over an hour. You did not communicate with me. You didn't tell me anything. So, like, what do you want me to do? And then she's all like, it's because I'm coming from for Collins. And I barely was able to, I barely had time. Viniera, you're very unprofessional. This is unacceptable, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting there like, does this lady just get that upset with me? Because she was late to her appointment? Because she didn't communicate with me? Because Fort Collins is apparently an hour away. Like, are you serious, dude? I was just like, this lady. I was like, bro, usually if I ever do any appointments like that, I usually take a deposit por lo mismo, porque ya sabes. Because I'm like, I feel like if you charge people a deposit, they're more willing to show up because they're like, oh, well, I already paid. I might as well show up. You know what I mean? But this lady, I was like, and it's, you know what? I love my people. Viva la raza. Shout out to the Mexicans. Siempre son las señoras. Ok, voy a decir las latinas porque no sé de dónde son. Pero siempre son los latinos que se aprovechan de más de la gente. And I'm like, you guys, nomás tenemos a nosotros. Like, el resto del mundo no nos quiere. And you're really gonna be fucking this fake and do this? Like, dude. I'm like, oh my God. And usually I love taking the Mexican ladies because I'm like, okay, I speak Spanish. I got you. You know, like, let's communicate. Let's chat. Dime el chisme del rancho. Yo te digo el chisme del mío. Even though no soy de rancho, soy de ciudad. But hey, that's not the point of the story. But I'm like, bro, you're really going to do me this dirty. And I've been done so freaking dirty by these ladies, these Hispanic Latina ladies and older ladies too, they do me so dirty. They won't show up. They'll cancel last minute. They'll request this obnoxious stuff. And I'm still like, okay, whatever. I got you. And then you know what? It's always the white women that got my back. They'll show up on time. They'll bring me coffee. They call me beautiful. And they tip me like $60 on top of their thing. You know what? No quiero ser racista, but I'm about to be because these Mexican ladies do me dirty. Y las güeritas got my back. It's the, see, the Karens got me. Las Marias are the ones that are like, no. But yeah. Another unpopular opinion is don't get offended if one client doesn't go back to you and goes to a different stylist and you know about it. Me ha pasado, not gonna lie. But I feel like, I feel like this ties into this. If you're gonna go to a hairstylist, go to a hairstylist that matches your aesthetic, matches your vibe, look at their work. If all they do is pink hair all day, every day, why are you gonna go to them to get blonde hair? You know what I mean? If all they do is extensions, why are you gonna go to them for a pixie cut? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's like, look at their work and then be like, okay, you know, I want a blonde balayage with caramel highlights and a blue peekaboo. Okay, cool. So you go to their page. They do blonde highlights. Great. They do this. Great. They do the blue. Great. Okay, cool. You know, they can add it all together and add it to a person. It's like, great. But you want to sit here and show up and ask for the most complicated things and then get mad because you can't achieve, the person doesn't achieve it. And then you're going to sit there and be mean to them. It's like, okay, but you have to understand, if it doesn't fit your criteria, don't go to a hairstylist. It's not in that range. Porque te digo, me pasó. This one girl, she came to me. She said she loved her hair. She booked for a redo. She booked for another appointment. She cancels that appointment. 2 weeks later, she's in someone else's Instagram. Like, oh, I just got my hair done by the best, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm just like, okay. I didn't even care. Like, honestly, like, ni me pesó, ni me dolió. I was just like, it is what it is. Because then 2 months later, one of her clients comes to me and was like, hey, she's not doing what I want. Can you fix me? And I was like, okay. Like, and I didn't ask too many questions because I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and talk shit about the stylist. And I don't want the new client to talk shit about their stylist just because they didn't get to do, you know, like, unless she like fries her hair off and she ends up with the pixie and her hair was up to her butt, then yes, tell me the chisme girl. But if that's not the case, it's like, it is what it is, you know? Anyway, so fast forward to that. And then, you know, I ended up doing her hair. She loved it and everything. And she's like, thank you. You got it exactly how I wanted. She just couldn't do it. And it's like, okay, like, why get upset because you made someone happy, but you couldn't make the other one happy? Like, I was always told this in school, you can lose one client, but you'll gain 3. And it's true. It's true. I was like, estas brujas, I swear. Another unpopular opinion from if you're a client to your hairstylist, please be honest with them. Please, 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 please tell them everything you have done to your hair since the day you were born. I don't care if you dipped your puntas in Kool-Aid and then cut them off in 2 days. Please tell me your hair was in Kool-Aid, because one, Kool-Aid is horrible. Don't do that. And it doesn't come out. I saw a lot of people do it doesn't. But you please tell them exactly what is in your hair. You know, if you use sun-in, if you use henna colors, if you use metals, if your water's hard water, if this and that and blah blah blah. Like you literally need to tell your hairstylist literally play by play of todo lo que está en tu hair. Because if they're putting chemicals in your head and you're just like, oh well, it's nothing, and then something happens, who's gonna get the chemical burns? Who's gonna get cuts on their scalp? Who's gonna, al último del día, who is it gonna affect more? You or the hairstylist? Yeah, you might get mad at the hairstylist and she might lose money on that, but it's your head. I've never understand why clients won't tell you the truth, like, what is in your hair? I've had clients when I'm mid-bleach and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, and I'm like... Okay, well, we're going bald. You're gonna look great as Amber Rose, you know? Like, dude, like, okay, we're gonna look like Amber Rose today because you're not gonna look like Kendall Jenner. I don't get it. I'll never understand or anything. But, yes. Also, you have to be realistic. If your hair is fried and it's black, and you want to be platinum blonde in one sitting, baby girl, it's not gonna happen. It's not. And if somehow your stylist can magically do it, it's gonna take multiple sessions. It's gonna cost so much money. And if you don't have the budget for it, no te ilusiones. Literally, please no te ilusiones, because I don't know. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be disappointed and you're gonna bash that stylist porque no te lo hizo bien. When in reality, you're not being realistic here. It is what it is. Also, if you are very, very nervous and very scared to go to a new stylist or to just do anything in general to your hair, please ask as many questions as you want, as you can, before they start their service. I get a lot of girls that have like super, super long hair up to their butt and they're like, I want an inch off. Don't cut anything else. Just want an inch off. Yes, que el pedo. And I'm like, okay, cool. And they'll be like, oh, and then I want curtain bangs. I'm like, okay, cool. Anything else? No. And I'm like, okay, do you want the face frame? Do you want layers? Do you want this? I even have to ask them 21 questions because, I mean, I don't want to sit there, do a whole haircut, style it, and then them to be like, oh, wait, I wanted this. Oh, wait, I want that. Like, ask questions. Like, most haircuts are booked for an hour. Ask as many questions as you need. Please be comfortable. Don't get upset. So that way you're not upset at the end of your appointment. Sorry, I didn't word that right. Oh, another popular opinion, you don't have to do every service to be a successful stylist. Because I hate perms, I hate men's cuts, I hate children's cuts. And I'm still doing dandy. I'm still doing great. You don't have to do every service to be successful. Trust me, you don't. Because if you're an extension specialist, why are you going to sit here and start rolling perms, baby girl? For what? For little old Susan that's only going to give you $2 on top of her $50 perm? No. You know what you could be doing? You could be making $300 and get $100 tip on top of that from freaking Karen and Sarah. Like, do you want little Susan or do you want Karen or Sarah? Exactly. I swear. Okay, so before we end, we do have some questions and we'll answer them real quick. Ooh. So one of the questions I did get, thank you, Jahira, for the question because I know you sent it. I know I said the questions were anonymous, but it's fine because it doesn't count that I mentioned her. But she's like, what fills up my cup for being a hairstylist? I love this question because for the past 2-3 days, I've had clients so happy in my chair because of the way I did their hair. And it makes me so happy seeing them, how happy they are. There was this girl, like I said, long hair to her butt. She's like, I don't want much off, but I need it. I need you to cut it, pero no me cortes tanto. It's like, okay, babe, I got you. So, I cut it. I think I got about 1.5 inches off because she wanted 2, but I was like, I did 1.5 inches. I did some long layers. I did some face framing and some curtain bangs, right? I cut it. I showed her I dried it. Se lo enseñé así. She's like, oh my God, I love it. I was like, girl, hold up. Let me curl it. I got you. I curled it. She about to start crying. I wanted to start crying. I was like, I just love it. How excited they're like, dude, oh my God, I love it. I love this. I love that. She was from Texas. She's like, dude, this is great. I love it. Blah, blah, blah. And then the other day too, I cut this lady's hair. I hadn't even known her. I cut her hair. She loved it. She was so excited. She's like, I need to bring you my wife. I was like, yes, bring me your wife and your 7 cats. I am so down. Yes, that was a stereotype, but maybe we shouldn't say that. Cut. Lesbians and their 7 cats. Do lesbians have cats? Yes, right? Yeah. Okay. We're just going to keep it. It's fine. Maybe, should we not mention it? I don't know. Producer, you figure it out. Anyways, but yeah, and then today también otra. She was like, "Oh, I'm from Washington. Like, fix me up." I was like, "Bet, I got you." She already had super short hair, but the picture she showed me was, of course, a little longer than what she had. But I was like, "Well, I can shorten up the sides, so eventually, when it grows out, it looks like that." She's like, "Ooh, bet, I did it." She loved it. Boom. I was like, that. I feel like at the end of the day, that's what I love. Why I love being a hairstylist, because fun fact, being a hairstylist was my plan B, not my plan A in my career choice, but we'll get to that in another episode. But I just love seeing how happy people get. They leave out there feeling confident, being the baddest bitch they are. I'm like, yes, honey, work. Cause I'm like, yes, I love seeing you so happy leaving my chair, and for you to tell somebody, hey, this girl got me. Cause then you're going to tell your homies, and your homies are going to come to me. Because, you know, we for the homies. Not like that. But, yeah. Another question. So, you know, since the whole royal family is trending right now, you know. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth, even though you killed Diana. But that's a conspiracy for another day. I was asked the question, whose hair would I rather do? Kate? I don't know her last name. Or Middleton? Kate Middleton or Meghan Markle. You know what? See, I feel like Kate is very generic. She's very like, se casó con el prince y como se, yeah. She had her 3 kids. She did the right thing. She se casó con el king. No, well, prince. Se casó con el prince. She had her 3 kids and she just minds her own. And then Meghan. I love Meghan. You know what? Cause Meghan secured the bag with Harry. She got it. She got the hot brother. First of all, the brother with the hair. Second of all, pobrecito William, but it's genetics. Have you seen his dad? But yeah, so was it Harry? Yeah, Harry, she got it. They're just living life. Like, I love it. So, you know, and I don't know why. Fun fact, my mom, I don't know why, she hates Meghan Markle. I honestly do not understand why. She loves Princess Diana though. She loves her. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. But so, you know what? Just to get my mom mad because she's mad at me right now. Meghan Markle. Hopefully in like 50 years future Prince. No, I doubt it. Honestly, they're never going to make it up there. I love them, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, another question. How do I deal with Karens? So back in the day, I would just like let them yell at me and walk all over me because I had no backbone and I didn't know what to do. Now, I pretty much get to work on whoever I want. So it's a lot easier to deal with them because if they snap at me, I'm like very like, okay, like, ma'am, I already explained to you what's going on. So así se quedó el pedo. And if you're not happy, then I'm not doing the service on you. And they're kind of like, okay. And then just shut up and then they let you do their hair. There's some that will fight. I fought this lady once that made me want to... See, I have so many jobs why I always wanted to quit my job. But this lady, she had leathery skin from sun tanning and she was complaining about her hair. Ma'am, you should be worrying about the skin cancer you're causing yourself than about your hair. Thank you. But that's not the point of the story. But you get my drift? Y'all catch him when I'm throwing? Thank you. And then another question was, what has been my longest service? I would say I've had really long services only because I have clients with thick old hair, long hair to their butt, and they want to be like a bright pink. And I'm like, I freaking love you guys. Let's do it. See, I don't have patience. Los que me conocen, I don't have patience for nothing. But when it comes to a 6 to 8 hour service and I'm on my feet all day and you want pink hair, down. 100% down. I would sell my unborn child to do that all day, every day. Because maybe my left kidney. Do I really need... No, I might need my kidneys. I'll sell my sister's kidneys. She doesn't need them. But her kidneys don't work too well either. So, you know what? We're just going to sell my unborn child. Because at this point, that's... who knows, you know? But yeah. Another question was, did I ever play around with my dolls, like cut their hair and stuff? Honestly, I burnt one of my dolls, her hair off, because I thought I could straighten it because her hair was like gross. And I'm like, girl, you got flyaways. I got you. It melted because it's fake. Duh. But I never cut their hair because I knew better, because I knew that their hair was never going to grow back. So nunca se lo hice because I got scared. I was like, well, I don't want to cut their hair. Their hair's never going to grow back. And I was very, very like, don't touch my dolls. I had Bratz I had Barbies and Bratz, but I had Bratz growing up. Nobody could touch my dolls. Nobody can touch my Bratz still right now. I have them in this cute little case. When I show them to my mom and my sister, I grab them. Nobody touches my Bratz. They can touch the Mycenes and the Barbies, but no one touches my Bratz. Oh, I even have a Roberta doll from Rebelde. From like, not before she had her red hair, but when she had the mechones. Oh, no one can touch that one either. But yes. Well, guys, so this doesn't get too lengthy and I don't want to discuss all the secrets of the hair industry. I think this is where we're ending. Thank you so much for listening. I know this is a little different, but I hope you enjoyed it. I already planned for the rest of the year. That is a total of 19 episodes. This is episode 4. So from 4 to 19, you guys do the math there. I'm not the mathematician. And then, yeah, I'm so excited. Like I said, please send me suggestions. Who do you want on the show? What do you want me to talk about? Because I am down. Tú, ustedes díganme, and I will deliver. But yes, you guys, don't forget to listen to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and that's about it. Oh, and don't forget to follow my Instagram. That way you know like when I'm posting and stuff. It's called Con Colu Ep4. You'll find me on there. If not, if you're friends with me, I tagged my podcast on my bio so you could see it. But yes. So yeah, guys, you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your morning. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.